It upset preparations, really.
Well, yeah. I mean, losing a player like Dominic of his quality in the week going into the first game is obviously going to affect you. Excuse me. And I think we're probably looking at around 6 weeks for the injury. And I saw a lot of crazy rumours yesterday, but that's what it's been assessed over a couple of days, and that's where we're at. So it comes with the territory of having a squad and training at this level, and we'll have to work around it, and other players will have to step up and do the job, and hopefully that 6 weeks passes relatively quickly and we get Dominic back.
It's not related to the injuries that he suffered last season?
No, Dominic was looking great, really fit, really strong. I've taken him out for one pre-season game as a precaution, but through pre-season we were constantly commenting on how good he looks and seems, and very positive. So it's a knock for everybody, and particularly for him, because any player, I know the feeling, you're getting pumped up and ready for a new season, you miss a game. So for him I feel, but we'll support him as we always do. And then, as I say, as a team and squad, we just have to look at the games that are in front of us.
I know Richarlison...
Well, probably a question for Dominic. I know he's not here to answer it, but in terms of the support I think he feels from the club, I hope that certainly our personal relationship is very strong. And I spoke to Dominic, and it's best to keep it private after that post. I saw it. Offered my support in any way possible, and I hope he knew it was there anyway, but it was certainly worth going to him again on that one. I spoke to him the evening after he got injured this week to see how he was. He was nicely positive, but disappointed because he's been in great form in pre-season, and when I talk about that I mean on the training pitch and in his demeanour. And I think mental health is great, that we now have a better understanding of it. It's great that players feel comfortable in being able to express it publicly, and I also think it is probably very commonplace in certainly this industry, with the amount of scrutiny and pressure that's on young players, young men, who have to maybe pick up their phone and see a lot of things said about them, and go to the workplace and actually sometimes get a lot of things said to them. So I think it's worth getting the balance right here of what the environment that these players are working in, and the support that we give them. And hopefully, I'm pretty sure, and I hope, and if we ever get this wrong then it will be on us, but Dominic feels a real backing from myself, from staff, from teammates, from people. I know he's got close relationships with people above me in the club, and that's very important.
So was it
in that sense as well?
Yeah, I agree in terms of, well, Seamus will be club captain and captain of this club for as long as he's here, in my opinion, because of how he holds himself and the player and the legend that he is here. And that's important to say. And of course we've got Jordan, who's won the armband in pre-season, who's England's #1 and put in extraordinary performances, and is growing for me as a lad as well within the dressing room. But yeah, with James, he's a player I admired greatly, player of high ability, high defensive ability, very good on the ball as well, in my opinion, defensively in ways of trying to improve our build and how we move the ball through the pitch, and a leader by nature. And I saw that from afar. He hasn't disappointed in the month or so that he's been training with us. He doesn't need an armband. He just needs to go out and behave the way he behaves, and he rubs off on people. So I think he'll be a big signing for us on many fronts.
Their present season's gone as well.
Yeah, I do follow them closely. They're a team that I played for and managed for. It's a huge part of my life, and I don't have to even try to dismiss that. It will always be with me, and I've got a lot of friends and that work at Chelsea, that support Chelsea, and I'll always have that feeling for the club. But I think anyone who knows me knows how much I'm dedicated to this job, and how much I've become ingrained in this club, or I'm trying to be successful here. So my eye is always on us. Chelsea coming up first means you, of course, cast our eye over them on pre-season. We have a knowledge of Chelsea anyway, myself and my staff. We played a good game against them last year. But, as I say, you can never underestimate the tactical changes they can make, the new players that they've brought in, the quality of player that they have anyway. So I think it's just important for me that we prepare as well as we can, and that starts with me and the messages that I give to the players.
And just finally for me, if I may,
much higher up the table this time around than it did last season.
Well, I'm pleased with the players you've brought in, because that's what we're here for. We're here to assess the squad and make the right decisions, and as a coach I'm a big part of that decision making process. And James we got early, which is great, and he's already behind the scenes and on the pitch in pre-season showed a lot of the qualities that I expected from him, so I'm very pleased with him. And Ruben and Dwight, I think in our last game against Kiev, showed glimpses of what they can do, and hopefully they'll only get better as they settle into the squad. In terms of last season, we finished where we were for a reason. We lost Richarlison, who's a big player for us, so I think it's very important that we keep a real calm and balance about where we want to get to, because we have to assess where we are once the window shuts and where we want to be, and be realistic about that. But the job is not for me to sort of just predict too far into the future. But my job is to concentrate on Chelsea, and then Aston Villa, and then Nottingham Forest, and that's important for us to try and get a start that makes us feel confident and better than we did at times in the second half of last season.
Is it one game at a
Well, the clean slate's important, because I think it should hopefully give us a fresh idea, a fresh, well, hopefully feeling of confidence. We're all level, and at times last year it felt like we were chasing, especially when you're 5 points from safety. So, that's something that we overcame, and that was a testament to the spirit of the group, the players, the club, fans. So now it looks slightly different, but the realities of football remain the same. And you say it's my squad, yeah. We've had time to work on the training pitch for a pre-season. There's still things we want to do going forward for me personally, to try and make us play more the way I want us to play, to be more consistent in what we can deliver. And that will be a mixture of work, and obviously the players I'm talking about that we hopefully can maybe strengthen the squad with. Any player that comes in has to improve us, or has to be part of the direction that we want to go in. So those are things for us to think about. But my first job is always to keep working with the players that we have here, and that's why I talk about going game to game, and Chelsea being the next one.
So with that in mind then, how